Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You see that hawk over there? We're gonna catch this guy coming off the, he's right there. See that? He's a local guy over here. I see him a lot. See him? He's gonna be flying off in a minute. I don't know what type of bird of prey that is. She's looking right at me too. How you doing, man? Don't worry, I'm not gonna bother you, man. I know you can make it down to Florida probably in six hours, right? Probably go to California in probably like around 12 hours. Sky flying. You've been down in Florida, man, maybe like around 5-6 hours, man. Those birds are quick. Look at him. He knows me. I see him over here all the time. Take a look at him. Hey, how you doing? I'm gonna give him a name. Horus. How you doing, Horus? You all right? This guy flies around by my window and everything. He's a pretty looking bird. I don't know what type of species of eagle is that. I don't know if that's a hawk. He might be hunting. I might be interfering with his hunting operation because he's looking down. Hey, Horus, how you doing, man? One time I was filming one of these birds, and this guy came at me. I'm not driving around. This guy came down. He got kind of close to me, but he's just pretty much like telling me to back off. He's studying something over there. Oh. He's looking right at me. Hey, Horus. Horus is hours unscrambled. 24 hours is 24 Horus. Horus unscrambled is hours. 24 hours in a day. Okay. So I give this guy the name Horus. This eagle. This guy's just chilling out. I might as well turn this into a train video. I made a video yesterday explaining about the 027 track, the 042 curves, the 054 curves, and the 072 curves. Okay? Let me just explain one thing, okay? What they call 027 track, that's the wrong name for the track. And who's telling you that? Me, Arthur. I'm telling you that. And I'm going to speak with facts. The name of the track is called Ogauge track, not 027 track. Okay? I don't know who started calling this track 027 track, but it's not 027 track. You have an 027 switch. Okay? Now, you can't call the whole track set 027 track when there's one switch, which is called an 027 switch. Okay? They also have 042 switch. So you can't, okay, here he goes. Here he goes. Okay, I'm gonna be explaining a little bit more about this O-Gauge track, because it's not 027 track. Okay, I don't know who started that nonsense, manipulating people, telling people that it's 027 track. It's not 027 track. They have an 027 switch. Okay, they have an 042 switch. The name of the track is O-Gauge. 027 is a switch of that gauge track. That's just like calling fast track 036 track. You can't call fast track 036 track. Fast track is fast track. That's the name of the track. O-Gauge track is O-Gauge track. O-Gauge is the dimensions of the actual track. 027 is the diameter of certain curves. But you also have 042 curves, which is a different diameter. It's 42 inches. And you have 054 curves, which is 54 inches. And you have 072 curves, which is 72 inches. So the name of the track is not 027 track. We're going to stop that, because this is the truth. It's not called 027 track. It's called O-Gauge track. Okay? You have an 027 switch. You can't call the whole track 027 track when they just have one switch called 027 switch. They also have an 042 switch. Okay? So the name of the track is O-Gauge track. Now, I just called Trainworld. Okay? I've been to Trainworld a couple of times. I called Trainworld around 10 minutes ago, and I asked them if they had any 027, 042 curves. I have to speak this language to them because this 027 stuff got so embedded into this model railroad. In order to have a conversation with somebody, you have to use this term, which is not the proper term. In any event, they have 027 curves. They have 027 switch tracks, but they do not have any, I'm going to use the word 027, 042 curves, or 027, 054 curves, or 072 curves. Okay, O-Gauge track, not 027 track. And any of those in 027 track. And then when I went over it again, I said, "You sure?" You got kind of nasty with me. So I know there's some type of conspiracy going on with this 027 track. Though, keep calling 027 track. The O-Gauge track. Look at the history of Lionel. Look at the history of Lionel. They're gonna tell you the first track that the second track they had was O-Gauge. They had another track that some different dimensions, but O-Gauge track goes way back to 1927. So from 1927 to I don't know when they stopped making this, like 1914, they was making 042 curves, 054 curves, 072 curves for 100 years. So they stopped making this track in 2018. And in 8 years, you can't find any 042 curves, any 054 curves, or any 072 curves. Okay? There was a prohibition to remove those curves, because you need those curves to make your O-Gauge track wider. If you don't have those curves, those 042 curves, those 054 curves, you'll just have to use the curves that they have, which is 027, which is 27 inches, and you're not going to be able to bring big engines down that O-Gauge track. So if you go online and you say, why did Lionel stop making 027 track? The name of it is O-Gauge track. They're gonna tell you it's because they started making new engines, and those engines couldn't go around the 027 track. Now you know that's a lie, because this 027 track, which is O-Gauge track, comes in 072 radius. You can run anything on there. You can run anything on the 042 radius. So their first sentences as to why they changed the fast track is a lie, because they call it an 027 track when it's O-Gauge track. O-Gauge track comes with a set. 027 switches, 042 switches, 054 switches, 072 switches. They removed all of that. And I just called Trainworld. They don't have no 042 switches, no 052 switches, no 072 switches. Okay? It's going to be a part 3 to this.